Let me ask you something. And I want you to really think about this question that I'm about to ask you. What is your financial plan? And the reason why I ask that is because most people, when I ask that question, they tell me they have a 401k, they got insurance, and I'm paying down some debt. That's not a plan. You just listed some products. And beyond that, they start stuttering.
Yeah.
Because I got a 401k. I got
Now you're
I
just
already got an
repeating yourself.
insurance product, and I got this, and I that's not a plan. We have to have a plan, and in the plan, everything has to work together. Like, how are these different products working together on purpose?
On purpose.
And what most people actually have is passive execution across multiple products, meaning they got all these things, but they're not working together.
Discombobulated.
Discombobulated. And that's why you feel like everything is going right, because you check the boxes. Checking the boxes isn't enough. You need to get in there and get your hands dirty and know what you got.
Mm-hmm. And checking the boxes isn't getting ahead either.
No.
So if we break this down and we think about a 401k, for example, and according to Vanguard said that the majority of participants just stay in their default targets, in their default allocations. What that means is there's no active strategy, there's no real understanding of this product, and it's just set it and forget it. That's not getting ahead. And that's definitely not going to give you the money that you want when you retire. Now, thinking about life insurance, according to LIMRA, which is a global association in the life insurance financial world, they talk about the fact that there's a large portion of individuals, let's call it 50% of Americans, don't even have life insurance. And the other 50% don't even know what type of policy they have or how much coverage that they have. So that kind of sounds like a problem too. And if this is you, just think about it, okay? Because if you don't have whole life insurance and you don't know how to leverage the tool of life insurance, maybe you're not using it. You don't even know that there's cash value growing in it. You don't even know that there's strategies around life insurance, and there's no integration of these products into your life.
Right.
And let's talk about debt that we're being passive on. According to the Federal Reserve, it's talking about U.S. households have over $17 trillion of debt. That means that the majority of Americans have minimum payments. The majority of Americans have no debt strategy payoff, and the majority of Americans are reacting to their debt instead of directing it.
Right. And you know what makes me think of is the fact that 10% of the people own 85% of the wealth. And the reason why that's
90%.
the case, 90%. And the reason why that's the case is because the 10% of the people are using their funds. They have plans where they are buying cash flowing assets, where they have exposure to the market. Whereas the other percentage of people, they rely only on their active income. So they're not even in a position to where they can think about actively investing or actively getting involved in their plan, because they're so focused on
the day-to-day.
The day-to-day.
And if we zoom out with this whole process, right, what we recognize is we've got exactly what we've said this whole time. You have investments you're not managing, you have insurance that you don't use, you have debt that you're not controlling, and somehow you think that you have a plan. And somehow you think that there's going to be a golden pot at the end of that rainbow.
Right, here's the real issue. You're financially active, but you're strategically passive. You're participating, but you're not directing. And that creates a dangerous illusion. I'm doing enough, because you're going and doing something. You're basically just doing busy work. And when in reality, nothing is coordinated.
And the analogy of that, what Darius is bringing to the forefront, is you have a gym membership. Maybe you even have some workout equipment at home. And maybe you are watching fitness videos, but you're not following any structured program, right? Maybe you've done some push-ups on Monday, maybe you're doing some sit-ups on Wednesday, and maybe you're doing some squats on Friday, but it's not coordinating with the whole process that you got going on to lose 50 pounds.
Right. So when asked the question, are you in fitness? Yes, because you basically check the box, but are you getting results?
Nah.
No.
So when we think about these things as far as creating a real plan is concerned, one, it needs to be coordinated. What we mean by coordinated is that your income has direction. I'm going to say it one more time. Your income has direction. Expenses have a purpose. One more time, have a purpose. We're not just spending frivolously. Amazon might not be purposeful, and that protection is intentional. We know why we have and what it's going to do. When we think about this whole process, it needs to be active, right? That's the next bullet point here. You're not just guessing, you're not just reacting. You know how much money you're earning, you know when you're not earning, and that you're also making decisions on purpose. And number 3, everything has an outcome. Why am I doing what am I doing right now? What is the exit strategy, right? What are we actually building for or building towards? Because if you think about business owners, they understand this because they have to think about their exit strategies. If stuff hits the fan, where are we going? We need to think about evaluations. What am I building for? And long-term outcomes. How am I going to pass this on? Am I passing it on? Am I keeping it? Am I selling it? What are we doing? Why don't we do this with our personal finances?
We're talking about the 90% of people.
Yeah, there's no strategy. There's no activation. There's no outcome, and there's no coordination. And with our personal finances, we tend to just sit back.
And this is, to your point, the blind spot. You've checked the box. You've built income. You've maybe even built a business. You built some assets. But have you built a financial life that works without you? Because that's the real goal. Not just making money, but creating a system that sustains life. That means if you stop working, income continues. If something happens, the family is protected. If opportunities arise, you have capital. And this is where most people misuse tools. Life insurance, especially whole life, is not something that you just have. It's something that you integrate into your system. When structured properly, it becomes a protection layer, a liquidity source, a control mechanism. But without a plan, it just sits there unused until you kick the bucket. And that's where people keep getting to the point to where, like, oh, this is just for death benefit. Yeah, it's like that because you haven't tapped into it. You don't understand the product and how to use it to add it to your system.
And let's state this clearly, because having financial products doesn't mean that you have financial control. Okay, you just have products. Like Darius said before, that's passive participation. We need to create active direction. Okay, so if you keep feeling like I'm doing everything, but nothing is changing, it's because we aren't active in this process and that all of our products are not coordinated.
And here's the thing, here's what I want to be clear about is we're not just talking to people hoping that you buy a policy from us. We're talking to our active policy holders that have a policy with us. You have a policy with us and you haven't used it. You haven't done any research as to what you can invest in or what you're going to actively do to sustain yourself with using the funds from your policy, with using the funds from your income. It's
about, let me throw one in. You haven't even told your family that you have life insurance in the first place?
Exactly. You're supposed to be using your money to make money, not you actually going out there sweating, getting up 12 hours a day and having to work for it. It's the money at work is what we're going after. But if you got a policy from us and it's just sitting there and you're not doing anything with it, and whenever we call you to do your annual reviews, you're not even answering your emails or the phone calls, we're talking to you too.
That boy passionate. He has something to talk about. This is everybody. Wealth Nation client or not, are you actively participating? Don't just check the box and think that you have a product and all of a sudden it's going to magically solve everything that you got going on. So Wealth Nation for us, it's not just about products, it's about structure, flow, and strategy. And the idea when you work with Wealth Nation is we get to collaborate on these things. What are your goals? What do you want to execute? What are you trying to accomplish? And then we get to create an entire system around those things to support your goals. Okay, so it's not just about having products, it's about creating a plan. So if you want Wealth Nation to support you with your next life insurance product, then definitely click on the link below so we can support you.
And if you like this video and want to check out more videos like it, check out our next video.
And remember to own your own lifestyle.
Or someone else will.